I want us to do one more problem where we have to round. This time we're taking 1 5/10 and dividing it by 82 hundredths. And I've asked you to round to thousandths, which means we're going to have to go out a lot of places. Thousandths actually goes out 3 places, so we're going to have to go to 4 places. So we can round it back to thousandths. So we'll have to get a whole number, if we can, point in 4 decimal places, so then we can round it back to thousandths. So let's begin. First of all, I have to make my divisor a whole number. So to do that, I've got to move things 2 places. So I had to add a 0 in my dividend. So I'm going to be dividing 82 into 150. So let's put that up here. 82 divided into 150. The decimal will be on the end. And I'm probably going to need, since I want to carry it out to 4 places, I'm probably going to need 4 zeros here. So let's go ahead, I'll go ahead and put them, and that'll save me having to put them later. Since I know that I'm going to thousandths, this would be tenths, hundredths, thousandths, I got to go 1 extra place so I can round. So let's start dividing. 82, the first thing it'll go into is 150, and it'll probably go 1 time. Now I need to bring my decimal point straight up too, so let me do that. 1 times 82 is 82. When I subtract, 2 from 10 leaves 8. I had to borrow, so that's going to be a 4 there, and 8 from 14 leaves 6. So I have 68 left. Now I bring this first 0 down, and I have to divide 82 into 68. Well, when I estimate, 8 goes into 68 8 times. Let's try 82 times 8 over here and make sure it works. That's 16. Carry our 1. 64 and 1 is 65, so that does work. So I can put my 8 over this first 0, and then write down 656. When I subtract, 6 from 10 when I borrow leaves 4, and that's going to be a 7. 5 from 7 is going to leave a 2. I'm going to have 24 left. Now I'm ready to use my second 0. So I bring my second 0 down. Try dividing 8 into 24. So when I estimate, it goes 3 times, but probably because of carrying it, that's not going to work. That'll give me 246, and that's too big. So let's do it 2 times. 83 times 2 will be 166. So that's what we're going to probably need. 6 from 10 will leave 4. I had to borrow. 6 from 13 left 7. I had to borrow again. When you do all that borrowing, especially in your head like I was doing, always add things back up here and make sure it checks out. Like 6 and 4 is 10. Carry your 1. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 is 14. Carry your 1. 1 and 1 is 2. So I'm sure that's 74 is right. Now, I've used up 2 of my zeros because I have this over the second ones. I need to bring down this next 0 and divide 82 into 740. Well, if I estimate 8 will go into 74 9 times. I don't have a 9 multiplied out over here, so let me do that. That might be too big. That's 18. Carry our 1. 72 and 1 is 73. So that was okay. So we'll put a 9 up here. And I got the 738. 738 subtract from 740 is going to leave me with 2. Now, notice, and I'm about to run out of room down here. Don't want to lose the directions here though. Notice we're rounding to thousandths. We actually have thousandths up here. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Thousandths is 3 decimal places. But you can't round to thousandths unless you have 4 places. So we need to carry it out 1 more place. I'm going to move so we can do that. And so that's why I put the 4th 0 here, because we had to carry it out 4 places. So now finally bring my last 0 down. But bring my last 0 down, $82 won't go into 20. So I have to put a 0 there. 0 times 82 is 0, and I have 20 left over. So when I round that, I'm rounding to thousandths. I'm looking at this place and using the next one over to help me round. So that 0 over there, I'm going to use that to help me round. So that means I stay where I am. So if I round it to thousandths, now I'll write my answer down here, will be 1.829, or 1 and 829 thousandths because of the 0. Let's go back and look at this problem again. And looking over it, I just found a mistake. It probably is going to round to the same answer, but it's going to make some changes in the problem. When I was seeing how many times 82 would go into 240 back here, for some reason I wrote an 83 down. So that's going to change. I should have been multiplying 82 by 2. If I had multiplied 82 by 2, I would have gotten 164 instead of 166. So this would have been a 4, which would have changed things a little bit all the way down. Let's see what kind of change that would have made. If we had subtracted there, the 4 from 10 would have left us with 6. So if we did 240 minus 164, we would have had 76 left instead of 74, so this should have been a 6 here. So I don't know whether we can figure out that where we were or not. So if I had 760 and I was dividing 82 into 760, it would have still gone 9 times. 9 times that would have been 738. Then when we subtracted, everything would have been different here. So this is really where it changes. So let me erase all that. So, and I apologize, but you probably caught it as we were going. Okay, 8 from 10 here will leave us with a 2. And then that's a 6, but we had to borrow, so it's a 5. 5 from 3 will leave us with a 2. So if we check that out, 8 and 2 is 10. Carry your 1. 1 and 3 is 4 and 2 is 6. So we do have 22 left. Now I bring my 0 down. So now since I have 22 left and I bring my 0 down, I have 220 here, which you can't see, but it's 220. So it won't go in 0 times. So if we divide 82 into 220, 8 will go into 22 2 times. If we estimate, and here's what we did, 82 times 2 and got 164, so let's put a 2 up here. 2 times 82, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 8 is 16. So now when we subtract, 4 from 10 will leave 6. We had to borrow from that 2, so it's 6 from 11 will leave 5, and then we had to borrow from that. So we had 56 left as our remainder. So we actually get it. We go down here and check our rounding off. We get 1.8292 when we do it. So when we were supposed to round to thousandths. So we still, this is in the thousandths place. So if we use the 2, it says to keep it a 9. So we still get our answer when we round it off. But I wanted to make sure that you saw that it really actually comes out to be 1.8292 instead of 1.8290. But it rounds the same thing. So when you're asked to round to a certain place, you always go one place beyond what you want to round to, so you can use that digit to help you do your round. Now let's do some practice problems. The first one is 0.168 divided by 0.4, or 168 thousandths divided by 4 tenths. The second one, we're supposed to divide 20 by 0.05 or divide 20 by 5 thousandths. I'm sorry, we're dividing 20 by 5 hundredths. The third one is 0.15 divided by 3 or 15 hundredths divided by 3. And number 4 is 35 divided by 1 7/10. And the last one, you're supposed to round your answer to hundreds. So copy these problems down. Once you get them copied, stop your tape so you can work them. Then cut the tape back on to check your answers.